prejudice. Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
Welcome. You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. Yes, you are. This is your boy Dizzie Mac, live, naked, on the bearskin rug. And I'm joined by the first lady of sports talk, the one and only. The one and only. I said the one and only. Cheryl Smith. And the lovely Shimmy Shake Girls. What you doing over there, Ronnie B? I'll be over there sniffing the Shimmy Shake Girl. But in the meantime, First Lady, we got a lot to talk about. So we ready for What You Saying? Over to you.
Each week, we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdie known as Russian field and track athletes wish they could fly far, far away from an Olympic band handed down by the World Doping Federation.
Go.
Wow. At a time when Donald Trump is admiring the strong leadership of Putin, it seems his leadership, like the Donalds, is built upon fraud, bullying, lying, and flat-out cheating. Oh. Is this worse than Rocky IV? Do the Russians need some Trump-like intervention, or at least start blaming the regulators as Mexican, radical Islamists, or simply blame it on Benghazi and Hillary Clinton's emails? How long would it take for Russian athletes to shed the stank from this and have any credibility from their performances? Maria Sharapova, Alexander Ovechkin, Andrei Karlinsko, and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? Man, oh man. Now, let's just face this, Dizzie Mac. We suspected this for a long time. You always wonder about them Russian athletes, and particularly the women athletes. You remember years ago when a lot of them had too much testosterone in their blood? You would suspect that they were actually men. So, I mean, this has been going on for a long, long time. But the International Association of Athletics Federation, known as the IAF, their president, Sebastian Coe, says that they are going to upheld its ban on Russian track and field federations. You know, they're saying that the country, they made some progress in cleaning up since the suspension was, imposed in November, but they have failed to meet the requirements for reinstatement, and they will be barred, and they can't go to the Rio Games. Now, this is really a major landmark decision, that these Russian athletes can't compete. Now, there's some speculation that some of them can compete individually if they were living outside of Russia, and if they take on some testing, and they can be recognized by the foreign anti-doping system. Now, we'll see if that actually happens. But this whole thing came about because of a whistleblower. Her name is Yulia Stefano. She's a runner for Russia, and she secretly made recordings and video messages about what was going on, and it was sent to this independent commission. And that's how this all got started. I mean, she really risked her life, because you know how the Russians play. Putin don't play, because you remember about somebody was just killed, several months ago, about 6 months ago? So Russian, really, they don't play. So these people they really risked their life. But Vladimir Putin, he's really disappointed. He says this situation is really unfair, is unjust, and he wants the International Olympic Committee to intervene. Now, we're going to see what's going to happen because we don't know if they will intervene because you know the Olympic Committee, they can be very shady at times. You know, if somebody passed some money to them. We don't know what's going to happen with this, but Putin, he definitely wants this to change. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, the Russian athletes are great. It seems kind of weird not having the Russians in Olympics. I mean, there's been doping issues in a lot of countries. I mean, hey, the United States has some problems with doping. We know what happened with a lot of our track stars. So, I don't know. I just think they should have better testing to make sure that these athletes are clean when they come to these international games. And, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this, Dizzie Mac. I don't know. I really think we need to have our best athletes at the Olympics. And not having the Russians there, I don't think we will be going up against the best. Now, if that's the reason why they're the best, because they've been doping, then what can you say? But I just think they need to have stronger testing to clean this up. What do you think?
Well, First Lady, I remember.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember some of them Russian ladies. I mean, you had a lot of hair under their arms, beard, all types of stuff.
You get all choked up and sneezed up about this, huh?
Hey, because I remember personally, I remember how they used to make our women look so inferior when they stood next to them. When they stood next to them, had muscles bulging. I mean, they looked like they were the women's older brother or something. They were very man-like in their appearance and very, very hard. But you have to realize, as you said, the testing that needs to be done to make sure that we get the best. We want to go against the best. I mean, there's no doubt. I'm not sure what events, but they probably have some of the best times and some of the best, efforts in the world as far as some of the track and field events. I mean, you want to go against the best. You know that you can't win a gold medal without beating the best. So not having them there takes away, in a lot of situations, the best, going against the best. We know Putin don't play. And he's going to be very, very hard-pressed to be able to get somebody to intervene on his behalf because this is bigger than Nino Brown. This is way bigger than Nino Brown. And we have to clean up this sport, First Lady. We have to clean up this sport. Yes. But, it's going to take a while for them to shred the stank. Because, again, they've always had that stank. I mean, we thought it was growth hormones, but it was that stank, that they were carrying around. So we'll see. We'll see, First Lady. But I know the Olympic Committee is trying to clean up the sport. And if they have to make an example out of some country to do it, I think they will. Russia.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I have a feeling that they may let them in. I don't know because they really are. Putin is really lobbying. I mean, you cannot make this a political thing, but I just know how some of the people on these committees, how they are. They get their hands greased a little bit. We already know about FIBA. These people are destined to get money. So we'll see. But like you said, it does.
Don't take my money.
All we have to have is one or two inspectors suddenly disappear. and maybe a message that gets sent to the Olympic Committee that we can get to anyone.
That's right.
Just don't take my envelope.
Does not play.
They may go, night.
I tell you, the Russians are back. The Russians are back.
Get to anyone.
All right, Dizzie, back over to you.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my pins, putting suckers in fear. Making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion. Overpowered. Over the competition, I'm towering. Wrecking shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest of it. I'll get you sliced and diced. Competition paying no price. I'm going to knock you out. Huh. Mama said knock you out. Huh. We're not talking about the New York Yankees, Dallas Cowboys, or LA Dodgers. We're talking about the knockout punch LeBron James and Kyrie landed on the Golden State Warriors in Game 6 of the championship series. Stephen Curry was treated worse than a $2 hoe by the referees, according to him and Steve Kerr. Have the Cavs figured out how to play the champs? Have the champs been playing like they expect the title will be simply handed to them? If the Warriors lose Game 7, will their season have been a waste? If they win, are they truly better than Michael Jordan's Bulls? If LeBron and the Cavs win, would it be time to legitimately declare LeBron as King James? Moses Malone, 454. Dr. J, Magic Johnson, and Lou Alcindor are asking, what you saying? But here's a sky hook. I think if you look at it, really, it could have easily went 7. I mean, I know Golden State was up 3-1, but hey, if everybody went on their home court, we right here where we at. You would expect the two teams at this particular point in time to hold serve on their home court. So I could see, why it would be 3-3 at this point on just going off of what you had. Okay. I mean, I don't think the Cavs have really figured out how to play Golden State. I just think Golden State has played a little bit off from normal, and I don't think it was necessarily the Cavs' defense that has done it. I just think that at times Golden State has played into their hands, rush shots. They've had a tough time because again, all teams are going to make adjustments, and I think this year the adjustment was, I'm not going to say it was an adjustment. It's Kyrie being healthy. So that's another score added to the mix with LeBron. He's been LeBron's Robin in this series, and he came up big. So, you can't, that for those who say, Kyrie and Kevin Love were hurt last year. Okay, well, you got one of the two back this year. Now, Kevin Love, I don't know what's up with him, but hey, he playing, but I mean, he's doing what he can. But Kyrie has stepped up, and now you kind of see, hey, this is how it probably could have went down last year if I had a healthy Kyrie. You got, I mean, I don't think going to the play like the title would have been handed to them. I mean, yeah, they were probably on a cloud 8.5 when they were up 3-1. But King James has done some things to allow Cleveland to get back in. He's able to get one of their star players suspended for a game at home, and he was able to, I just say, you put yourself on a man's head, he's gonna react. He's gonna react. So, it's gonna be LeBron and Kyrie as the key to whether or not we're gonna be talking about them as one of the best team ever. If they don't win, we can't talk about them in that manner because they would have done something that a good team, a great team does not do, which is fold in the clutch. Lose 3 games in a row. Unheard of. I mean, you know, at worst, the Bulls may have lost 2 in a row. I know they were up 3-0 on Seattle and they lost 2, but they came back and knocked them out in that 6th game. You know, they've always went 6 games, 5 with the Lakers, and you know, I think you have to give them the edge if Golden State doesn't win. You know, it would be a waste if they lose. It'd be a wasted season. All that for nothing. Yeah, you can talk about it. You can try to spin it, but it's going to be spun back and said, you choked. Now, if LeBron wins, I mean, you know, I think he's already been titled King James. I just think that he just gets another chapter added to his legacy as being able to win in Cleveland and bring the first championship in, 52 years to the city. He'd be on Mount Rushmore with Jim Brown after that. So right now it's only Jim Brown on that Mount Rushmore in Cleveland. As alone. Now, he may have a big-headed headband when guy next to him after tomorrow night. That's why they play the game. Personally, that's why they play the game. You know, you just never know what could happen. If the team stays close, if some shots don't go in, if you know, you got to have superhuman effort. Brian has been bringing it. So, you know, I think if you do, you hand him his cake because he went to the mountaintop by himself pretty much as the lead dog. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything, First Lady. But, hey, the Shimmy Shake Girls, interested to see what you talking about and what you saying about this.
Well, I disagree with you, Dizzie Mac, regarding if the Cavs have not figured out the champs, the Warriors.
What?
I think they figured them out, and I think the teams that the Warriors have lost to played the same way. You have to be extremely aggressive and play physical against the Warriors. The Warriors, you know, they're a finesse team. That's how they play. And surprisingly, the referees have been very favorable to the Cavs in allowing the physical contact. I mean, you know, the Warriors, they run a lot of pick and rolls. They do a lot of screens to free up Stephen and Clay, and the refs have allowed them to be bumped like pinballs in the paint. You know, when they come in that paint, the Cavaliers are knocking them over, and, you know, that's the point. They run the picks and screens, and they try to come out to the three-point line, and they've been actually allowed to bump them. So I really think you have to play physical against them. That's how OKC was able to actually get the lead that they had, is because they had physical play. You know, Steven Adams and Cantor were big guys, and they bruised them up a little bit. So that's how you got to play the Cavs. I mean, the Warriors. And the Cavs have been doing that, and they need to continue on doing it. And LeBron needs to be as aggressive as possible, and he needs to continue to drive to the basket, and then, you know, he needs to be on point with his shot, too. That's another thing. He needs to start making his outside shot and consistently make the outside shot. As far as the Warriors, you know, are they entitled? Have they been, you know, have they been playing like they expect to win? I think they definitely have been playing tight. I think initially when they got that 3-1 lead, when they got to the 3-1 lead, I think they kind of took their foot off the gas pedal, and I was kind of surprised that even when Draymond Green wasn't in the game, when he was suspended, come on now, you got your two best players, Curry and Clay. they still should have won the game if they were as good as we predict them to be. When you have your two best players, I mean, yes, Draymond Green is very important to them, but you still should be able to win. I mean, you had this team down 3-1. I mean, you needed to stop on them. You needed to be aggressive. There was no excuse for them to come out the way they did in Game 5. I mean, I don't know if they were shell-shocked because Draymond was sitting on the, was suspended. But, I mean, Curry and Clay, as far as I'm concerned, they didn't really step up the way they needed to be the champions. So, yeah, I think they kind of thought they were going to win this, and they figured they would go back to Game 6 in Oakland, and they would win. But to their surprise, the king, he would not allow that. He wasn't having that. He wasn't going down like that. So that's the reason why they were able, to win that game. So I just think the Warriors felt a little entitled, and I think they were playing tight. They definitely were playing tight in Game 6. I mean, come on now. They were down 31 to what? 9, 11? I mean, how do you come out in Game 6 down 31 to 11 in the first quarter? That game was over in the first quarter.
At home.
There was a lot to come back from.
And they consider themselves to be better than the Michael Jordan Bulls. That's a lot of bull. That is bull. Bull. Come on now. If they lose Game 7, to be honest with you, I don't even consider them to be as great as the Jordan Bulls, because there's absolutely no way Michael Jordan team would allow a team to come back 3-1, because as I said, he had the killer instinct. Michael Jordan would put you down, and he would not allow his team to succumb to a 3-1 lead. So if the Warriors were to lose Game 7, to me it is worse than a failure for a season, because of the fact that they had broken the record and they had talked like that they're better than Michael Jordan Bulls. And I just think it would have been better for them not to break the record and to lose to the Cavaliers, but to break the record, everybody's expecting them to win. So I really think it would be difficult for them to live down the fact that they broke the Bulls record and never won the championship in the same year. That would be very hard. That would stay on them for a long, long time to come. And as far as LeBron James, his being the legitimate champ, the king, King James is the king. But I think he has taken this serious to a personal level. He probably is sick of everybody wooing Curry and saying that Curry is the next greatest thing and he's the new player on the block, that he could dethrone LeBron as the king. As they say, they're the first family. His family has been named the first family of the NBA. My mother, who rarely watches sports, she's even heard that they're called the first family of the NBA. And my mom said, when did they have a first family of the NBA? That's just how LeBron is so sick of Stephen Curry. He has taken this personally. And, the trash talking that LeBron did when he blocked Curry's shot on Thursday night, you could imagine that there's a lot of bad blood between these two, and it's going to be very competitive come Game 7. But to me, LeBron has solidified his stature as the king. As far as I'm concerned, for 2 years in a row, LeBron has been the Finals MVP. And if he doesn't win the MVP, regardless if he wins or loses, he should be the Finals MVP, because he has been the best player on that court. Better than Stephen Curry. It's 2 years in a row that Steph Curry has not played like an MVP. You can't say that about LeBron. LeBron has played like an MVP. Yeah. That's it. I'm wrapping up. LeBron is the king.
First lady on that note, take us to break.
The first 2 listeners to email us or send a shout-out why the teams are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our partners at NFLshop.com. Now, your hint is cash is king. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from Etana on the first part of Shout Out.
Free Mr. Vine.
Happy Father's Day to him.
Prosperity. Attuned to prospering ideas. I draw my good to me. How can I draw good to me? I can draw good to me by focusing my thoughts on God and listening as my Creator speaks to me of abundance. I am being shown the way, and the way begins with right thinking. My thoughts are powerful agents for bringing more good into my life. In prayer, I become more and more attuned to the goodness of God and to the prospering ideas that I receive. God knows the dreams of my heart and gives me the thoughts and ideas that show me the right steps to take to bring these dreams to fruition. I draw my good to me. Like attracts like, and thoughts of abundance bring abundance into every area of my life. I am truly grateful for all my blessings, both seen and unseen. You bestow on him blessings forever. You make him glad with the joy of your presence. Psalms 21:6.
The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout out from the panel. Wow, First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from Etana. Over to you.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. This morning, we have Etana out of Jamaica with tracks from her soon-to-be-released new album. Okay, DJ, let's hear The Way I Are.
If I never been that girl you needed, oh nah. Sorry that I don't have the figure that you're looking for. 'Cause I'm a natural woman, made of perfections, my imperfection. Yeah, I'm a natural woman, freshly organic with no additions. Baby, a natural woman. Don't need your makeup, don't need your cosmetics. I'm a natural woman. Yeah, baby, I'm a natural woman. Love me for me, and not just for my beauty, not just for the things you see. If you could love me for me, and love what's underneath, and love inside of me. Love me just the way I am, just the way I am. Love me just the way I am, just the way I am. Love me just the way I am, just the way I am. Love me just the way I am, just the way I am. It goes so much deeper, more than the naked eye could see. I'm more than just my body, more than the Barbie doll you see. 'Cause I'm a natural woman, made of perfections, my imperfections. Yeah, I'm a natural woman, freshly organic with no additions. Baby, a natural woman. Don't need your makeup, don't need your cosmetics. I'm a natural woman. Yeah, baby, I'm a natural woman. So love me for me, and not just for my beauty, not just for the things you see. If you could love me for me, and love what's underneath, and love inside of me. Love me just the way I am, just the way I am. Love me just the way I am, just the way I am. Love me just the way
Hey, that's Etana. Just love me the way I are. All right, Dizzie Mac, what did you think of the song?
First, I'm going to give it a shout-out. Shimmy Shake Girls were grooving to it. I kind of eased into it, and as it kind of kept going, it kind of grew on me a little bit. So we're giving it a shout-out. You know, it had that island feel. Like, yeah, I'm was chilling on the island, drinking pina coladas on the bearskin rug.
Yeah, she's from Jamaica, so that's the way she's going to talk. Love me way I are. All right, Ronnie B. What'd you think of?
I'm giving it big shout outs. I thought that her singing was great. The way everything put together, I thought it was a really up nice, just a lovely track. So I'm shouting it out, Etana.
Okay, I agree with you, Ronnie B. Dizzie Mac didn't seem too thrilled about it, but I agree with you, Ronnie B. I enjoyed the song. I thought it was great. I love all forms of reggae music, and that was nice, soft reggae, and I just thought everything was put together real well. Definitely loved the message in the song, too. Love the way I are. So definitely shouting her out.
I thought those vocals were beautiful.
Yeah. So on part 2 of Shout Out, we'll have another performance from Etana, and I can't wait to hear it. And speaking of waiting to hear, is Flipper back from vacation? Are we going to hear the sound of my favorite underwater friend? Is it time for flipping?
All right, Flipper has returned. It's time for Flip It, where our hosts defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Now the political twist has had Dizzie Mac flipping and dipping. Will he recover, or will he need a new bearskin rug? All right, we continue in our mix of politics and sports. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, he from the Kentucky Fried Chicken State, and Senator Bernie Sanders, Bill the Burn, have tussled more than once. Who would make a better coach to save the Warriors from their current meltdown? And this is a meltdown. You done lost 2 in a row, 1 at home, to turn it around and win the championship. We asked the panel to defend Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Dizzie Mac, defend.
Well, of course, you have Mitch from Kentucky. He's been around a long time. He's seen a lot of basketball. Because there's a lot of good basketball in Kentucky. He has that way, and I look at how the Warriors have Barbosa. They have, Bogut. They have some Iguodala. They have Ephesi. You have some players who have played overseas, which is something McConnell has a big experience and background in. That overseas, that foreign stuff. And hey, I can see him coming out, putting Barbosa in the game. And Barbosa lighting it up like he did in Game 5. Barbosa energized that crowd, kind of buzzing. He would be the perfect off-speed type move to inject. Bo gets hurt. But then you got Ephesi. Watch him protect the rim. Watch when LeBron tries to come in, watch he get a couple of Wilson sandwiches, courtesy of the big man. You got Iguodala. Watch, they're going to leave him alone, and that jumper is going to start to be potent again. He's going to wreak havoc on LeBron's drive game, get his hands off some balls. So, he'll go with that foreign policy to help his team win. And that's what will make him the better coach. But the diplomatic side of him, he's not afraid to go toe-to-toe in the paint with the burn master. And not afraid to bite, he will not bite his tongue. You need to go all out. And Mitch, coming from Kentucky, will be just the man. Do it. And you got to admire a guy that went to Louisville and Kentucky. Got degrees from both. So he knows how to play both sides of the fence.
All right, you heard the defense from Dizzie Mac. First Lady, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell needed to coach the Warriors when they had the 3-1 lead because he has a killer instinct. He would have put away the Cavs, but now the Warriors are in this predicament and call on Mitch for help. Mitch McConnell is the godfather of the Kentucky GOP. He is the one and no one else is in charge. McConnell will have Steph and Clay to take on his personality and be defiant. Mitch was so defiant against President Obama, he had galvanized the Republicans to block everything our president wanted to do. I mean, everything. We still don't have a Supreme Court judge because of McConnell's defiance. Mitch is about power, and he exuberates his power, and he will instill his tenacity on the Warriors, and they will overpower the Cavs to win the championship.
I got the power. All right, you heard the defense, but this is Flip It, where we flip the script and we ask the panel to defend. Senator Bernie Sanders. Dizzie Mac, defend.
Oh, yeah, you have to have Bernie. You got to go with Bernie. Bernie is the ultimate and just free-flowing, which is what the Warriors do best. They free-flow. Bernie would just unleash the Splash Brothers. You talking about Splash now. They're going to rain threes all over Cleveland. They're going to wreak havoc on offense. Draymond is going to be in the middle of it all, dishing, finishing, rebounding, and talking much noise at King James. Hey, you may be King James, but we champion. Bernie will bring that out. Bernie has that savoir-faire, and he's everywhere, allowing them to make decisions on the fly, allowing them to be masters of their own destiny. Bernie will give them that, and with that comes that title, back to back, with Bernie Sanders as coach.
All right, you heard the defense from Dizzie Mac. First Lady, Senator Bernie Sanders, defend.
Bernie Sanders definitely would be able to save the Warriors for their current meltdown because Bernie himself has gone through a meltdown during the entire primary. He will teach Clay and Steph how to be a nuisance to LeBron and the Cavs. Bernie, he's still a thorn in the side to Hillary. People on the internet, they already think that he's a basketball coach. They think Syracuse basketball coach Bill Boyhan and Bernie are the same person. So it's only natural for him to coach the Warriors. Bernie is from Brooklyn, New York. He has moxie. He will instill more confidence in Clay and Stephen to withstand the resurgence of the Cavs. He has no quit in him. He has that no quit attitude. That's Bernie. Bernie doesn't quit. So he's definitely going to instill that attitude into the Warriors, not to quit, not to give up. Now, if the Warriors do lose to LeBron, Bernie will teach the Warriors how to lose gracefully. What? I'm telling you, I'm not going, I'm staying, and you are going to vote for me. That's Bernie's rendition of Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Holliday's song.
Well, you heard the defense on both sides of Flip It. But before we go to break, we have a very, very special Father's Day treat for you fathers out there, for you folks who know a father. If you got a father, take a father out. You know, fathers are good people too. But we have a little treat from Pumpkin from Pluto.
You are my light, my love, my inspiration, my heart, my soul, my patience, my words I write on paper. You are my father. You are my light, my love, my inspiration, my heart, my soul, my patience, my words I write on paper. You are my father, my father. You were more than a man who raised another man's child. You were my daddy, the one that was proud the last days of October the 30th, 1972, not knowing what the future holds, but holding what you saw as your own future daughter grown. Lumps of pain in your throat as you were ridiculed with not the daddy coming from that throat. But let me tell you what happened. You became who you were meant to be, my daddy. Not sowing the seed, but reaping the harvest of my heart. My angel in the dark, but mostly in my thoughts. You taught me I would love you without a doubt. I miss you, and I hope I have a husband who looks like you, who treats me like you, and loves thick women just like you do. And I'll tell the kids stories of you so they'll know what they missed by losing you so young. I'll show my side of your fun. I'll treat them like you treated me, individualize each love for every one of them, having enough kisses, hugs, and nose rubs, unconditional love. And I'll always remember our father and daughter affairs, you taking me to church's chicken for 2 legs, fries, apple pie, eating ice cream in your ride, putting my finger in your eye, you putting me in a headlock, putting my arms in knots, tickling me when I cry. I'm still wiping my eyes. My love for you will never die. Do you want to know why? Because you were my daddy. You are my light, my love, my inspiration, my heart, my soul, my patience, my words I write on paper. You are my father. You are my light, my love, my inspiration, my heart, my soul, my patience, my words I write on paper. You are my father.
All right, that was Pumpkin from Pluto with My Daddy. First Lady, take us to break.
All right, excellent. Stay tuned. Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2.
Happy Father's Day, fellas.
Yes.
Achievable reality. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed by all you must do. Let yourself be energized by the progress you can make. Sure, the task looks daunting before you start. The only way to stop feeling so overwhelmed is to begin. Begin the task, and you transform it from an intimidating concept into an achievable reality. Make the first phone call, write the first sentence, pull the first weed, walk the first 50 yards, and suddenly you're doing it. Even if you're not sure exactly what the steps should be, take the first step. Establish momentum, and soon that momentum is a wind at your back, pushing you forward, adding its own power to your intention. In an instant, you can go from feeling it can't be done to discovering how you can get it done. You can go from zero progress to continually accelerating progress. The road to achievement is just one positive action away. Take that action, get on that road, and follow it all the way to your most treasured dreams.
Welcome back. You are still listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports, and it's time for the funnies. All right, our favorite father on Bras, Panties, and Sports, Dizzie Mac, over to you.
Appreciate it, First Lady. Hey, First Lady, guess what?
Oh, my goodness. What somebody did this time, Dizzie Mac? You know, with Father's Day approaching, do we got another need to grow? Do we got an inspiration on this weekend for Father's Day? What do we have?
You know it, First Lady. You know it. And we may have, aside from that, our 17th Need to Grow story of 2016. We're just going to let everybody be the judge. Dad uses helicopter to extract son's loose tooth.
What?
No. Yes. A Virginia man took helicopter parenting to the extreme by using an actual helicopter and some string to remove his son's loose tooth. Rick Rahim posted a video to Facebook showing his son standing outside with a string attached to his loose tooth. Problem, loose tooth. Text in the video reads, solution, helicopter. The other end of the string is revealed to be attached to a helicopter, which takes off and creates tension on the string and removes the unwanted tooth. Does this make me a helicopter parent? Rahim wrote, do fun, creative stuff with your kids. Make memories together.
Wait a minute now. Was this a real helicopter, or are we talking about a toy helicopter? What are we talking about?
This was First Lady. I saw the video. It's a real helicopter. And now I put it like this: Rahim showboating, because he know how many other folks in the neighborhood got a helicopter.
I'm telling you.
And then the other thing is, if you got enough money to be able to afford a helicopter, couldn't you take your son to the dentist?
I'm telling you.
Couldn't you just take him to the dentist? I mean, you got a helicopter. You obviously got some money. Take your child to a dentist.
Oh my goodness.
You cheap so-and-so, you know, you gonna pull out your helicopter. You just trying to say, this make me a helicopter parent. Now I will tell y'all something. You know how when as a younger man, I probably would have went for it with my crazy. That would have been, hey, look, let's take the helicopter. I probably would have done some stupid stuff like that. But Rahim, you know that you showboating.
Big time. Well, hey, guys dirty, and I tell you something else who showboating. Splashing water from that far away on us. It must be time for our favorite underwater friend. It's time for Flip It. Get out the helicopter.
All right, time for Flip It. Our host defend the point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. The word is that the New York Knickerbockers want to make a trade to acquire the talents. The talents of one Derrick Rose of the Bulls? The Knicks need something, but we wonder, is Rose the answer? So we asked the panel to defend if this would be a good move for the Knicks. Dizzie Mac, yes, defend.
Derrick Rose would be the centerpiece. And playing in New York would give him the stage to be the centerpiece for a organization on the East Coast. He's done it here in Chicago, but if he goes to New York, the Mecca, and leaves the Knicks, hey, I think it would be a great fit. I mean, it would be a good move. The Knicks need a guard. They need somebody that's going to be aggressive, scoring the ball, putting pressure on the other team all game. I mean, you can have some of your younger players learn and develop coming off the bench, or if you want to move Derrick Rose to the off guard, you know, that's a perfect situation. I'm thinking Derrick Rose is ready to get his combo guard on, and the Knicks would be the perfect place. First lady, I see you over there grinning. I said it. It'd be the perfect place for a Chicago player to go east to New York and play. Derrick Rose is that guard. They need
All
it.
right, you heard it. Anything else, Dizzy?
That's how bad New York needs it. They need it. They just need it.
Okay. First lady, yes, defend.
Dizzie Mac, I agree with you because New York does need Derrick Rose. He is still a top 10 point guard in this league, and the Knicks need a fast point guard to run their offense. Since the team acquired Melo, they have not had a great point guard running the show. Jeremy Lin was an aberration, and he and Melo couldn't get along anyway. Rose is the penetrating guard that works well with the triangle offense. He is a big guard, and we know how much Phil covets big guards. It makes sense if they do not have to give up too much for Derrick Rose. Come on now. Rose doesn't garnish a number one pick anymore. He is kind of damaged goods, and he will seek a max deal next year. And the Bulls do not want to pay him. So they are willing, and I mean they are eager to get a deal done because they can at least get something for him. The Knicks could trade Jose Calderon, and one of their bench players, and a second-round draft pick for Rose. And that would be fair equity for a player who has several injuries over the years. Derrick Rose, I mean, he can resurrect his career in the Big Apple. Boy, oh boy, the garden would be so beautiful with a Rose.
All right. Okay, you heard the panel defend, but you know this is Flip It where we flip the script. The Knicks need something, but we wonder, is Rose the answer? So we asked the panel to defend if this would be a good move for the Knicks. Panel defend, no. Dizzie Mac defend.
Oh, no. I mean, we all know Phil is the master psychologist, and he's just taking another dig at the Bulls. He got something up his sleeve, but it ain't Derrick Rose. And I don't see why he could go acquire a guard that's only going to play 37 games. That's, you know, you might as well keep what you have because at least they played in mostly all the games. But no, you can't do it. You can't go for Derrick Rose. That's just, I mean, that is just not the move. Derrick Rose is not playing as he used to. He is not, you know, the Derrick Rose of old when he won the MVP. He a shell his former self. So it's not gonna be a good move. But Shell is saying that he's just messing with your mind, putting them in like dreams in your face, making you wish for something that you don't have. You know, Phil, anything to let Chicago know you let me get away. I'm gonna make you pay.
All right, you heard the defense from Dizzie Mac that the First Lady always gets the last word. No.
Why would the New York Knicks take a player whose knees are as fragile as LeBron James' Eagles? Don't call me a bitch. Don't. I mean, Rose is the 44th. He's 44th among point guards in player efficiency, and there are better and cheaper options. Come on now, let's get Rondo. Rondo is a better solution because he is more of a natural passer and a scorer later. You know, Rose is very selfish with the ball. He wouldn't even give Carmelo the ball, nor KP. Come on now, we don't need Rose. Rose is so done for now. He's probably about serviceable at best, and to trade away any assets for him would be a mistake. If the Knicks do this, then it will add years and years to their rebuilding situation. This is not going to happen overnight, and Rose is not going to make a difference to this franchise. And instead of trading picks for Rose, they just need to move on and try to rebuild with the future with KP. I mean, only the Knicks, and I mean Phil, is careless enough to trade his future for a player who is well past his time. Don't do it, Phil, because you are going to get pricked by that Rose.
Well, you've heard the defense on Flip It for this week. First Lady, please take us to break.
On the other side of the break, we have another performance from Etana on Shout Out. Stay tuned.
Tell me something good.
Daddy, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Papa don't take no mess.
Audacity to live. You have one opportunity to live this day. Kick hesitation, doubt, excuses to the curb, and give your time the respect and effort it deserves. Do what you know is best, and prove to life how much you appreciate it. Forget about making a good impression and commit yourself to making a great life for everyone. There is so much abundance, so much energy, so many resources, ideas, opportunities, and good, positive people. Remind yourself of the possibilities of how great it is to love all you love and then put that love into action. Don't cheat yourself by expecting to get something for nothing. Instead, raise your expectation 10 times higher than they already are, and then give yourself to life in even greater proportion. The best things you can ever experience come from pushing new richness into existence. You are uniquely equipped to do that, to make a difference that will be felt by the people around you. So grab that opportunity and go with it now. Have the audacity to live every moment with goodness, integrity, and purpose, and know once again how great it is to be alive.
Welcome back. You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks, and the finale. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the crew. First Lady, shout out to you.
We have another performance from Etana with her soon-to-be-released new album. All right, we're going to hear Hemp Eyes. Go, Etana.
Yeah, man.
50,000
Etana with Hemp Eyes. All right, are we going to go and see what our panel thinks about this song? Ronnie B., what did you think about Hemp Eyes?
Why should people pay for marijuana? I'm with a free marijuana. Give the people the marijuana they want. Shout out.
Shout it out. I think you shouted out.
I shouted out. I shouted out.
You can shout it out. All right, Dizzie Mac.
Oh yeah, down with the hemp. Down with the hemp. We shouting that out. That the Shimmy Shake Girls were enjoying that kind of anthem, and hey, brought back many, many good nights.
You've had some hemp eyes, okay. All right. Well, you know what? Again, I think she just killed it with her vocals and the track and the music. Now the meaning, I mean, yeah, free marijuana, hemp eyes. All right. Those, yeah. Hey, that's what's coming. Everybody's going to have marijuana on their legislative bill to make marijuana legal. So anyway, I think that was a political song for Miss Etana, but I think it was great. So that's the end of shout out. If you like what you heard from Etana, check her out at EtanaTheStrongOne.com, and she spells Etana, Etana. If you would like to be heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. It's time for the picks. Dizzie Mac was last year's champion of the hardwood. Will he repeat the feat? All right. Let's get to the prior week scoring. So we have actually 3 scorings here because the week before last, Dizzie Mac, I scored 25,000 points and you scored minus 15,000 points. What? Last week, last week, we basically had the same answers to the question, so you and I both scored 45,000 points. However, our producer thought we should have some more questions. So a lot of the audience, you weren't aware of these additional questions that our producer slipped to us. And based upon that, Dizzie Mac had 35,000 points, and I had 60,000 points. Thank you, producers. Okay. That's all right, Dizzie Mac. I'm only 88,500 ahead of you, so you definitely can win again if you answer these questions correctly. So let's get to the new questions. LeBron will score more points than Stephen Curry. 25,000 for the correct answer, minus 20,000 for the incorrect answer. I am going to say yes. Dizzie Mac.
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Kyrie Irving will score more points than Klay Thompson. 10,000 for the correct answer, minus 15,000 for the incorrect answer. It's your turn, Dizzie Mac.
No.
I'm going to say yes. Kyrie will have more than Klay. The Warriors will have more turnovers than the Cavs. 10,000 for the correct answer, minus 10,000 for the incorrect answer. I'm going to say yes. Dizzie Mac.
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Draymond will have the most rebounds of any player. 35,000 for the correct answer, minus 10,000 for the incorrect answer. Dizzie Mac, your turn.
Yes, he will. Watch him be a rebounding fool.
I'm going to say no. Not when you have Tristan Thompson.
What?
You heard me. Not when you have Tristan Thompson. The Cavs will make more three-pointers than the Warriors. 15,000 for the correct answer, minus 5,000 for the incorrect answer. I'm going to say no. Dizzie Mac.
I'm going to say no as well.
Okay. The winner will outscore the loser by at least 15 points. 25,000 for the correct answer, minus 15,000 for the incorrect answer. Dizzie Mac.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no also, Dizzie Mac. I think, we've actually answered this question wrong, I believe, maybe on one occasion. All the games have been blowouts, so we'll see if this will be the tightest of all the games. So we both say no. So this will decide the champ. We will have those results next time. Before we go, it's time to find out what we missed this week. Dizzie Mac, what did you miss?
I missed J.D. Martinez breaking his elbow with a collision with the wall in the outfield for the Detroit Tigers. He's going to be out for a while. But he was hustling.
Wow. Ronnie B., what did you miss?
I missed another episode in Basketball Wives making tweets that they didn't need to make.
You talking about Aisha Curry? Oh, yeah, man.
What?
Yeah. Hey, Basketball Wives, y'all being looked at too now. So hey, it's, you know, y'all, they done. It used to be y'all were the wives, and now y'all all on Front Street. So watch it before you tweet now.
Hey, now that's what Stephen A. Smith tried to tell Aisha Curry, but she wasn't having it. She came back at him. But anyway, I'm going to tell you what I didn't miss. I am watching the O.J. documentary, O.J. Made in America, and I am telling you, it is fabulous. Some of the things that you didn't know about O.J., and I thought I knew everything about that whole scenario. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Because if I had known it before, I don't know if I would support O.J. Anyway, this is Cheryl Smith and Dizzie Mac. You have been listening to Bras, Panties and Sports.